Hi, I'm Tracy Gilchrist, feminism editor of The Advocate, and we are live in Los Angeles at the pink carpet of the L Word Generation Q. Yes, the iconic show is back. We'll be catching up with cast and executive producers of the new show, plus other stars here on the red carpet. Sorry, the pink carpet. But first, let's take a peek at the trailer for the new series.
I love you both.
Love you.
Ready?
Okay, yes.
3, 2, 1,
go. Oh, it's so gross. Should we do another one?
There's a guy moving in next door.
Hi.
I'm Finley. I don't live here. You know what? I'll come down.
Go talk to him.
I don't think I can do that. He seems straight anyway.
Mike, he's gay. I asked.
When I'm elected, I will be the first lesbian mayor of Los Angeles.
She's inspiring. She inspires me every day.
I think we have a real opportunity to make an impact. Yeah, no, we don't do that here. No, get it away. We don't do that.
You know what's gonna happen?
What, Danny?
You're gonna think I'm never gonna propose.
Oh, I already think that.
And one day I'm gonna pull off this elaborate move and it'll all be for you.
So how do you feel about it?
Feels swirly right here in this area.
That's love, bro.
No.
Yeah. We all get scared and then we do things that we shouldn't do because we don't want to move on.
Or maybe we just don't know how.
I want you to feel like you're part of this family.
Because you are.
He's gonna blow any second. Yes, a crock pot. This is what I thought living in LA was gonna be like.
It's a new beginning.
You,
Oh.
our good friend. Mwah.
Great. And here we are at the L Word Generation Q. I am here with Emily Hampshire of Schitt's Creek. How exciting is that?
Pretty exciting, I think.
It's exciting for me to be here with you.
It's exciting for me to
Yeah.
be here. First of all, A, I'm dying to see this. B, it's like in my neighborhood. I love this movie theater. Also, C, main thing, the snacks. I'm planning to snack a lot at this during this.
Well, and you're going to get popcorn and soda and
Yeah.
But
Everything.
well, first I have to ask, so Schitt's Creek has been so successful. I mean, it just kind of like blossomed in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
How has that been for you?
I mean, it hasn't been bad. It's been amazing, but also strange because, you know, usually a show gets popular in its first season, and we'd been doing it for like 5. So it was kind of this like weird universe gift to us, and because we were used to just loving doing the show ourselves and loving our fans who were like knew about us from the beginning, and then all of a sudden I think things were happening politically, and I think during that time everyone just watched Schitt's Creek because they wanted something to feel good. And then I came back to LA, and going to Bed Bath & Beyond was like a whole different experience for me. So it's been great.
Well, I'm a big fan of the show, and I think that it's one of the more interesting, biggest shows for LGBTQ visibility. I mean, just kind of in its core, not only are there queer characters, but it's also campy to its core. I mean, Moira Rose. But we wouldn't have that without the L Word. So I wonder if you could share a little bit about your experience with the original L Word and why you're excited about the new one.
I mean, that's so true. I forgot about that. That like this was the original L Word was like revolutionary. Yeah. I mean, there was Queer as Folk, that was before, but like you've never seen a group of women, let alone a group of lesbian women. Like it's so super. I just can't believe, I'm just now thinking back that there was a time where that was so revolutionary, and it's kind of amazing. I'm so glad it's back.
Yeah, we've come so far.
Yes.
And did you have a favorite character in the original?
I'm not going to pick favorites because people are going to see this, and what if I meet one of the other ones and they're not my favorite?
Right.
But they are. I can't pick between lesbians.
Who can? Well, thank you so much. I love this. It's
Thank you.
really
I know
fun.
it's not Tuesday today.
Well,
I'm ahead of my time.
I'm a little confused today, so it could be
Okay,
Tuesday.
great.
Well, thank you for your time, Emily. Great. Here. Great. So, the original stars of the L Word reunite in the new season.
Hello again.
Everyone in the city knows who you are. You're like a living legend.
Get a little hot in here.
Historically, women in my position stand down, but I won't be shamed into silence. Not now, not ever.
You're all glowy. I thought you got laid.
Hi, we are back on the pink carpet for the L Word Generation Q. We are here with...
That's Abby. Hi, Abby. I'm Abby.
So you see yourself. So from a new Showtime show, Work in Progress, we have Abby McEnany. I needed to, yeah.
I love it.
And Celeste Picos. Yep. And first I have to just ask, tell us about Work in Progress.
It's a pretty autobiographical show based on a mentally ill, depressed, fat queer dyke who's trying to figure out like if life's really worth living and surrounded by a lot of love, but is kind of sick of struggling. Yeah. So, and then meet somebody in the first episode and introduces her to a whole new kind of like way to look at life, kind of, I would say. Okay. And then surrounded like with my best friend, Celeste she's playing Campbell. And it's just been a dream. It's been a dream come true.
Great. And Celeste, could you tell me a little bit about Campbell and how Campbell fits in?
Campbell's a hot mess.
Look, I'm sorry. It's a competition. I totally win. Sorry.
Campbell thinks she knows what's right for Abby. And she encourages her to do what Campbell thinks is right for Abby, although Campbell probably would never do it for herself.
I think a lot of friends are like that. They're good advocates for other people, but not for themselves.
They're like, what do you call that? Like a consultant, someone that says, I know what's wrong with you. But in the long run, Campbell and Abby are lifelong friends.
So is there a romantic past?
Not yet. It might be a romantic future.
All right. And I think
well, you're the writer, right?
That's
so
right. Yeah. I think they've been through so much like ups and downs and are always there for each other, whether or not and relationships are complicated and that they always end up like being there for each other.
So we're here for the L Word Generation Q. Yes. So I have to ask, it was so pivotal in my life, the original L Word. So I have to ask what the original meant to you and why you're excited to have it come back.
I mean, the L Word, it was revolutionary, to show lesbians on TV. And, I lived in Chicago, still live there, but at the time it was just this groundswell of support of queer folks seeing themselves in this show that was so well embraced. And having it come back, and I haven't been able to see any of it yet, so I'm so excited to see the episode 1, and I'm just excited about the new stories that are going to come.
Great. And how about you, Celeste?
I mean, when this first came out, it was one of its kind. It was really, truly one of the first things that we could get together weekly and watch, and we did. When I lived in Chicago, yes, we would have watch parties, and we could not wait. It was such an important voice to society at that time, and I'm thrilled that it's finding its new voice now today in today's society. So I'm thrilled. I'm excited.
Yeah. We're just really happy. Yeah.
Would you say it's fair to say that if not for the L Word, Work in Progress might not have ever been possible in its revolutionary?
I mean, sure. I mean, I think it's funny. A lot of when these big questions come. I mean, probably I just.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of different stories that find their way to be able to be heard.
Yep.
And I think Abby's is such a unique, beautiful voice.
Yeah.
And I think the L Word has absolutely 100% paved that path for us to have a clear vision on where we can bring our voice. So we're grateful for that.
Yeah. And I think there's so many, and the L Word again, was so revolutionary. I think there have been steps along the way like that, and for sure it was the first time the L Word, right, that we saw that being portrayed in a positive way as opposed to or people that actually were depth, characters had depth and were real and stuff. So
not the joke, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think it's really fun to watch these dimensional, in-depth characters have a full life. And I think the L Word and Work in Progress is going to bring that, and it's exciting.
Well, I just have one more question about work in progress because we rarely get to see butch lesbians on television. So what does it mean to you that Showtime is backing this project that is really rare and revolutionary in and of itself?
Right. Well, first of all, I don't define myself as a lesbian. I define myself as a butch queer dyke, just so we know. And honestly, it has been, I still can't even believe it. I'm kind of have some magical thinking, so I was telling somebody today, I'll believe it on December 8th at 10:30 Central, 11:30 Eastern. They've been so supportive, and just from when Dave Vinegar saw us at Sundance, and then we met with Showtime the next week, and it's just been a wonderful collaboration. I mean, and I always tell people like, it sounds like I'm shilling for the company. It's not. I'm just so overwhelmed, and we've been like really embraced by them, and they give us a lot of freedom to tell the story that we want to tell, and it has a lot of different facets, and we're allowed to explore those, and it is like, I mean, that to me is like, wow. And I mean, I'm from Chicago. I live in Chicago. I'm like, this is what it's like. People are like, that's not really what it's like. Hollywood's really hard. I'm like, well, everybody's really nice. They're like, it really isn't like that.
Well, congratulations. We're excited, and everyone should tune in.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Really nice to meet you. Thank you. Yeah,
have fun tonight. Thank you. Next, we have Allynne Chaikin, executive producer of the L Word Generation Q, and of course, the creator of the L Word, which, she gave this all to us, so we have her to thank for that world that she built back in the days of The Planet, and we're really excited to speak with her. So, here's Allynne. Hi, Allynne. How are you today?
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm Tracy Gilchrist. I'm with The Advocate, and I love that we're a little metallic-y.
We're sparkling together.
Shimmering.
Yes.
So I just have to ask, how excited are you for Generation Q, for the world to see it?
How do you measure that off the chart excitement?
Right.
I mean,
I know.
yeah.
I know. And you have Jennifer Beals, Kate Moennig, and Leisha Hailey, who came on as executive producers.
They are my partners.
Yeah. I spoke with them back in October for the Advocate cover, which was really a great day for me. And I wonder, what do you think when you see the three of them together and then working with this wonderful new staff and cast?
I'm thrilled to see the three of them together. I've seen them together many, many times over the course of the last 10 years while we were off the air. But seeing them together on television again gives me great joy. It also feels seamless. It feels meant to be. But I couldn't be happier.
So when you created the original L Word, you gave the queer world something that it desperately needed. And I wonder, when you were doing that, you were telling good stories, but I also wonder, in that moment, were you aware of culturally what you were giving to people?
I became aware of it over the course of time. I had no idea when we started. I was a naif. I didn't know that it would take off in the way it did. I didn't understand the impact it would have, but it quickly became really apparent to me, and it is and has been the most gratifying thing about the show.
Great. Wonderful. And I mean, and since then you've had Empire, and you've worked on The Handmaid's Tale, just a couple of small shows. And I wonder, you are producing a show for Freeform, I believe, with Jennifer Beals. Would you share a little bit about that?
Sure. Jennifer and I are producing an adaptation of a book called The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, written by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Taylor is adapting her own book, and Jennifer brought this to me. It's an incredible project, and I'm thrilled to be doing it with Freeform. I love what they're doing and what they're about. And it is, again, it's many things, but it's another queer story. And it's another story about identity, about self-invention, about race, and about conflict, and the things that we do to lift ourselves up, compromises we make. It's the kind of story I love to tell, and I'm just very excited about it.
Great. Well, thank you so much. Have a wonderful premiere night, and we can't wait to see more.
Thanks. I loved your Advocate piece. Thank you
Oh,
for doing
yeah. It was my honor, really.
that.
Yeah.
Great. Thank
Yeah, thank you so much. Next, we have Stephanie Allynne, who plays Nat on the L Word Generation Q.
Hello.
Hi, Stephanie. It's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, what can you tell us about your character Nat on Generation Q?
Nat, Natalie, who she's never referred to as. She's a therapist. She's a mother of two, balancing her motherhood with her relationship, and she is awesome. I feel like it's the one character I've played where I'm like, this is the coolest character I've ever played.
What makes her cool for you?
I think as a therapist, she knows she doesn't shy away from how she feels, and she can express herself, and it's not necessarily masking anything. It's I'm mad, I'm confused, I'm angry, I want to have sex, I don't want to. Like, she's right there with it, and there's no, it's all out.
Great.
Really honest.
I wonder if I could ask, what was your kind of original experience with the L Word? Do you have an origin story?
Yeah, of course. I feel like everyone does.
Of course, yeah.
And I missed the whole thing when it came out. And then I myself came out very late in life. I mean, later. And when I fell in love, I was like, oh, I should watch the L Word and kind of educate myself on some things. And so that was my intention going and watching the show. And then I started watching it, and I was like, oh, I'm so gay. Oh my God, I love this show. I'm gay. And then I remember I told everybody, had I seen that show as a teenager, younger, in my early 20s, I would have known for sure I was gay. And that's why I'm so happy to be on a show like this, because the visibility, really changes lives.
Yeah. So it speaks to the importance of when you see yourself, then you can identify.
Yeah, and if you don't see it, you really don't know. I was around very supportive, liberal, progressive people, and I just didn't know, and they would have been fine. And it once you hit it and you feel it, you're like, oh, that's what it is.
Right. Well, have a great premiere night. Thank you for chatting with us.
Of course.
Yeah.
See you later.
Congratulations. Hi. Next up, we have Natasha Rose, who plays Felicity on the L Word Generation Q.
Hi there.
Hi, Natasha. I'm good. I'm Tracy. It's nice to meet you. You're so and you have beautiful heels.
Oh, thank you. And they're actually comfortable.
Good.
Finally.
Well, you need that. Yeah. So first, I have to say congratulations on the role, and I know you have this kind of pivotal role, and I wonder what you can say about who you play.
So I'm playing Felicity, and she works for the Department of Cultural Affairs, and she is married and trying to navigate that relationship.
Okay, and that's all you can say.
I got the Bible thing I couldn't say. That's what I could say.
Well, then let me ask you a little more general question. What does it mean to you to be a part of a show? I mean, the original L Word was so pivotal for LGBTQ viewers, and now this show is taking it in a new direction, more diversity. And what does it mean to you for that, to be a part of that?
Well, it's really exciting to be a part of something that is attempting to be really authentic and playful, and just see different ways that different LGBTQI community is living and playing and working and navigating relationships. Because love is love, relationship is relationship, and we're all trying to figure it out.
Right, exactly.
Characters, life, all that good stuff.
Great. Yeah. Well, I thank you so much for chatting with me, and have a wonderful premiere night.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love this. It's really nice to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Take care. So with L Word Generation Q, of course, Bet, Alice, and Sheng are back, but there is also a new generation of characters who you're going to fall in love with every Sunday on Showtime. Here's a quick preview introducing you to Micah, Finley, Sophie, Danny, and Gigi.
I missed you.
Yeah, I believe I missed you more. And how is Lenore?
Oh, stop.
I can't believe you still want to my mom.
She's an attractive woman now.
Hi. I just watched you introduce yourself to 5 other women.
I'm very friendly.
You're my person. I love you.
I love you too.
If elected, Bet Porter would be LA's first female mayor. People out there, they want to know who you are.
I'm a woman.
I'm a mother.
He's gonna blow any second. Yes, a crock pot. Oh, God.
I'm gay.
Want my blessing, my permission? You're not gonna get it.
And I'm you. That part of you that makes mistakes. That part of you that wants to do better.
What time do you have to leave?
7 minutes.
Do you want to see if we could do it in 6?
Yes.
Yes.
I do.
Hi, here we are on the pink carpet with Fortune Feimster,
Hi, Tracy.
an old friend.
How are you?
I'm good. Fortune and I spent many dinosaurs
We sure did.
around the pool.
Looking around going, what is happening? We both were always just like in a corner with our friends.
It was a lot. It was a lot for me.
That's how tonight feels. I'm like the person that likes to watch everybody.
Yeah.
So the red carpets give me anxiety.
Well, but you know, you have a friend here. So.
Well, I know. I see you, and I got so excited.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on everything you're doing.
Oh,
it
thank
seems like
you.
your career has just blown up.
I'm trying to bop around at as many places that will have me.
You're doing great.
You know, I watched this show like all of us when it first aired, and I wasn't even gay. Yeah, I didn't know I was gay.
I keep hearing that.
I didn't know I was gay, and I watched that first season, and it probably made me gay. I was like, whoa, I am feeling things. So for this to come full circle like this, and I'm only in 3 episodes, but it's just like, to be any tiny part of it is such an honor, and it feels surreal that I'm now like an out gay performer. And when I first started watching it, I was a little closeted baby gay.
From one of the Carolinas, right?
Yeah, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
So it takes us a little longer to figure that stuff out.
What can you tell me? I know your character's name is Heather. I have not met her yet, although I've seen a couple of episodes. So what can you tell me about her?
I do not extend my abilities very far. I'm a stand-up comedian who has no boundaries. So, you know, Alice has her own show within the show. Yeah. And I am her, like, warm-up comedian.
All right.
Yeah.
Good
so
to know.
you'll just see me pop up a couple times during the season, more like a tiny bit of comic relief, and then it gets to the ladies making out, you know, which is what everyone's there to see.
Right. All right. Well, thank you, Fortune. It's so good to see you. Have a fun night.
Thank you. You too.
I'm having a fun night. Hi, next we have Cybill Shepherd, who played Phyllis Kroll, as you may remember, on the original series for several seasons. Hi, it's lovely to meet you. I'm Tracy Gilchrist. Nice to meet you. So, thanks for being here, and I just have a couple questions. Like, first off, how excited are you that the show has come back?
This show I wanted to be on the pilot, the original one, and I didn't get chosen. But I just always believed in this show, and I believe in the idea of freedom. And we've come so far, and you know, you'd think but we still need to fight for what's right. We need to allow people to love who they want to love. And my daughter Ariel married the love of her life, Eliza.
I know Ariel.
Oh yes! Oh, it was such a beautiful wedding. I've never been to such a beautiful wedding in my life. And they were the first lesbian couple to be have a full page about their wedding in the New York Times style section.
Yeah, Ariel used to write some stories for me when I ran a website. So,
cool.
Yeah, and I was so happy to see that she got married, and the photos are beautiful. So this is meaningful to you that you're able to be a part of this.
Well, actually, at the largest gay and lesbian march many years ago, I asked to carry the banner, and they said you can't because you're not gay or lesbian. That tells you when this was done. The only words we had were gay and lesbian. So I said, would Martin Luther King have objected to marching with me because of the color of my skin? They said, you can carry the banner.
Wow,
because
look
we
at
all
you.
have an equal investment in it.
Right. Well, thank you for being such an ally. Okay. And thank you for being a part of this.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Take care. All right, bye. Next, we have Marja-Lewis Ryan, executive producer of the L Word Generation Q and the showrunner.
What up? How you feeling?
I'm
nice to
running
see you,
into so many
dude.
friends.
I know, it's a nice
I'm a
safe
little-
space for you to be.
I am a little nervous.
You're nervous?
It's my first time doing this kind of thing.
Come on, you're fucking awesome.
Oh,
You've
you're
been doing this
fucking awesome.
forever. It's just you and me again.
I know.
You know the
I
entire
know.
cast of the Four Faced Liar is here, and we joked
What?
last night. We were like, "Does Tracy want to like take a picture of us?" You know what I mean?
should.
Right
Of
with
course I
us.
should,
We should
yeah.
do like a 10-year. We could do that 10-year challenge.
I know. We'll do it. Maybe a cocktail.
Yeah, totally.
So congratulations.
Thank you
This
so
is
much.
So big for
Thank
you.
Yeah, it's fucking
I mean,
huge. Oh
how are
shit!
you
Can I curse?
We're,
Don't know. We
I
don't know yet.
We're live streaming.
Oh,
I
we're
think
live.
it's okay. We're not on a network.
So we
it's
can't.
Showtime.
It's Showtime. You can
Listen,
totally curse.
You shot sex scenes.
I
You can
did.
do this.
I did. Okay.
But how are you feeling about
Oh man, I'm
your
so
baby
excited.
kind of- yeah.
I know. It's just so exciting. It's sort of like larger than life a little bit, but it's also just like this fun little party with my friends.
Yeah.
So somewhere else, I don't know. My brain's sort of like going a million miles a minute. I'm just trying to like stay here.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. What are you most excited for people to see about the new cast, or Jennifer, Kate, and Leisha back together?
I know. I mean, I'm excited for people. I think that I think when it was announced that there was going to be like a new cast of characters, I think a lot of the like original fans were like really nervous. I've read that in some of the reviews too, of just like reviewers saying that when they heard that, they were just so scared that like the thing they loved would be tainted in some way. But I'm so sure they're gonna like these people. These are like 4 very likable young actors, and I think they're really gonna like steal people's hearts.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I've seen 3 episodes, and I'm really enjoying it so
Thank
far.
you.
Yeah, it's exciting, and you have this opportunity now. The L Word was a lot of lesbians, some bisexual disability, but now you have this opportunity to incorporate trans storylines and non-binary storylines into it. So what has that meant to you to be able to do that?
Oh, it's meant everything. I mean, the reason why I'm standing here is because I got to see myself on television when I was 18 years old, and because I got to see Allynne Shaken run a show, and she looked like me and she sounded like me, and it gave me permission to tell stories about myself and my friends and my experience. And the idea that I get to widen that lens a bit and have a few more people see themselves on television, a few more people be able to like dream the dream and come out here and tell their stories is just, it's a lot of responsibility, and it's such a great privilege. I feel really excited to share that with the world.
Great. Well, we're all really excited to see it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so excited that you're here. Congratulations.
I know. Thank you. I know. I'm excited.
It is. It's so cool, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
I
so
love it, and I love your wild fang.
Thanks, man.
I want one of these.
Yeah, I've got lots of them, so you can have one.
I'm gonna take you up on that.
All right, good. It's nice to see you, dude. Congratulations.
All right, bye. Hi, we have Nico Santos and Zeke Smith from, let's see, Superstore and Crazy Rich Asians.
Thank you.
So that's just a little movie called Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah, just a tiny little project I was involved in.
So you're here for the L Word Generation Q.
Yes.
What
Now-
is your story with the L Word? Do you
Listen,
have one?
full disclosure, I have never seen a single episode, but my boyfriend is a huge fan.
I came of age. I came out at the time the first series was coming out, and we didn't have Showtime, but I so wanted to watch the show that my parents were like, we don't want you to get distracted. We'll only get you Showtime if you get a 1600 on your SAT. So I got a 1600 on my SAT a year before any of my friends took the test. So 16-year-old me is screaming to be here right now. I am so excited.
When we got the invite, usually for these things, we're just like, oh, do we have to go? We're so tired. We got the invite. He's like, oh, we are going. We're going. So he's very excited to be here.
Very exciting. And how are things going for you on Superstore? And that's another great
It
success
is
story.
going well. You know, NBC ordered an additional 4 more episodes. So we're doing a full 22 episode season for season 5, and we're just waiting to hear we're going to get season 6. So hopefully we'll hear about that soon.
Fingers crossed on
Yes.
that. So I just want to ask you, going back, what was your favorite part of the original L Word?
Oh my goodness. Well, Carmen and Sheng, that relationship I think was my favorite. I don't know, it was just, I grew up as like a little queer kid in Central Oklahoma and had access to like nothing queer, no queer adults. And then on Sunday nights at 9 o'clock or whenever it would come on, I would get to like live this hour-long queer oasis. That only like growing up I realized queer life isn't like this, but it was so much fun to engage in the fantasy.
It's not like
I mean, Showtime was ahead of its time with programs like L Word and Queer as Folk. So
It was. It
we're
really
happy to
was.
support.
Set the groundwork for so
Yes.
much. Well, thank you for chatting with us. Enjoy the night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So we have Olivia Thirlby coming right up here. You might know her from a little movie she did way back when called Juno, but she's on Generation Q. Hi, Olivia.
Hi, how are you?
I'm
Nice to meet
good.
you.
I'm Tracy. It's
Hi,
nice to
Tracy.
meet you. Yeah, I'm talking a lot, so you know.
Great, better you than me.
Well, I will try to go easy. So I wonder first if you could chat a little bit about you play Rebecca.
I
and
do.
What can you share about your character?
Well, I can't share that much about Rebecca. She is the love interest for Finley, the character of Finley, played by Jacqueline Taboni. She's a really kind, grounded, and caring woman. Yeah.
From what I've seen, I can vouch that that is true.
What have you seen?
3 episodes.
Well, more than me.
Well, you know, I had to prep a little. I didn't know what I was getting
so wait,
into.
what'd you think?
I'm really loving it. I'm enjoying it. I love seeing the older characters together. I love seeing the new characters. It's exciting.
I love
it's
it.
a
Well,
fun
I'm a fan.
world.
I'm a fan of the show, so I can't wait to watch it.
Well, tell me about your experience with the original series.
Well, it was a big deal when I watched it. You know, I've seen all of it, some of it more than once, and it's just kind of one of those seminal things. And it was really, really important at the time. It maintained its importance even after it was over, and so the fact that it's back, I am really excited for just what it means and to revisit these stories and have new ones and just give this community the voice that it deserves and loves and revels in. Yeah.
Well, and as someone who watched the original, what was it like to be, I don't know, maybe you weren't on set that much with them, but to work with Jennifer Beals and Kate Moennig and Leisha Hailey? How was that?
It was so exciting and oftentimes very surreal, incredibly humbling, and just a real honor. Just such an honor to be a part of it.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Olivia. I'm
Thank you,
excited for
Tracy.
everyone else to see what your character is all about.
Thank you.
Because
Me too.
I know a little.
You know a little bit.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, enjoy. Hi, so we are at the L Word Generation Q pink carpet with Sepideh Moafi, who plays Gigi.
That's right.
I'm Tracy. Hi.
Hi, Tracy. Nice
It's
to meet you.
great to meet you. Hi. First, I'm going to go off script a little. My own script. I love The Deuce. I just had to say that.
Oh, I love The Deuce too.
What a great show.
Yeah,
And your
yeah.
character was so fascinating.
Oh, thank
She
you.
was an anti-pornography feminist.
That's
yeah.
right. It's interesting
Yeah.
going from playing like a period feminist from
Yeah.
the 70s and 80s into a modern day feminist, and
Yeah.
a very different types of women that share
A lot of the similar qualities. Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, what can you tell us about Gigi? I mean, I can't give away too many spoilers,
Yeah,
but
I
I'm sure
can't
you.
either.
Can you tell us a little?
Sure, yeah. She's an incredibly passionate, driven real estate agent here in Los Angeles. She's a powerhouse. She's a spitfire, and a lot of the season is kind of navigating the love of her life, who is played by Stephanie Allen Nat, and Leisha Hailey, Alice's new relationship. It's really hard on Gigi, and there's a lot of twists and turns that come from that.
I'm sure. I've seen a few episodes,
Yeah.
but I imagine.
Yeah.
And I wonder, do you have a history with the L Word? Did you watch the original at all?
absolutely.
So what did it mean to you to be able to see that kind of representation for people?
It means everything. I mean, especially Jennifer's character. Bet was everything. Having a woman of color, not just a woman of color, but a gay woman of color, a lesbian woman of color, like that's huge. And giving people that sort of ability to relate and identify, having that representation is everything. And I think that what they've done so beautifully in this
version of the show, the reboot, is expanded upon that and diversified, obviously, not just diversified aesthetically, not just from a superficial standpoint, but the types of characters within Los Angeles. It's not just super successful. Yeah, I play a very successful woman. A lot of these characters are incredibly successful, but a lot of them are also working class people who are figuring their way, through the world. And so I'm really honored and thrilled to be part of a show that really tests its boundaries in that way.
Well, thank you for that, and thank you for chatting with us.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Have a really fun night.
Thank you. Oh, I will.
Good. Good. Bye. Thank you. Hi. So we next have Rosanny Zayas, who plays Sophie Suarez. Hi, Rosanny.
Hi, how are you?
How are you? You acted like we know each other. I love that.
I mean, it's fun that way.
I'm Tracy, by the way. Nice to meet you. So excited. Sophie's wonderful. I've seen a few episodes. So what do you feel you can share about your character?
Well, you definitely see Sophie go through a lot with Danny, her relationship, and also at work, and there's just a lot in the show that I don't want to give too much away, but you'll definitely be shocked. How about that?
Well, we love being shocked.
Yeah, I love it.
So, and your character works for Alice.
Yes.
So, what can you tell me about working a little closely with Leisha Hailey?
It's like a master class in comedy. She is the funniest, most caring person. It's amazing to really be able to work with someone for your first time being on a big show like this, to be able to, your scene partner is the most kindest person on earth. It's been amazing, really.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us, and have a wonderful premiere night. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have fun.
Thank you.
So we are waiting for the big moment of the night. We've got Jennifer Beals, Leisha Hailey, and Kate Moennig about to come up. And this is very exciting. It's exciting for me because, I was a huge fan of the show. I've probably watched it 3 or 4 times. And then on my birthday in October, I was able to interview them for The Advocate cover story. So if you have a chance to pick that up, go on out. Hi! It's me again. You're going to be so tired of me. I'm interviewing you tomorrow as well.
Oh, fantastic.
You'll be just so sick of me.
Yeah. Not at all. Never.
It's good to see all of you. Hi.
We love the article.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Hi. Good to see you. It's good to see you. Yes. So the day, it's finally here. How are you feeling?
So excited.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
In shock.
It's for finally
I kind of can't believe we did it.
It's great, and I saw that at least a couple of you shared the billboard over Sunset.
Yes.
What was that like when you saw the billboard?
That was mind-blowing because it's so big. And you just kind of come around Sunset and boom, there it is, and it's unavoidable.
I took a car ride with my girlfriend to find it, and then it was like we were like 10 stories high. It was the craziest thing.
And then, of course, you're at the bus stop today.
Yeah, and then, gotta hit all the spots.
Yeah, you were just hanging around bus stops today. I saw that. Yeah. So we're all so excited to see the 3 of you together again. And what can you talk about where your characters are for the season? What are you able to say?
Well, Bet's overcoming a lot of challenges.
Can't you give it away? Everyone's about to watch it in like 20 minutes.
No, you can't.
Why not?
I think the viewers are with Kate. We want to give it away.
I definitely, Alice goes through a lot of personal things that I can't give away, but it's pretty exciting.
I think I'd say Sheng mopes about for a little while, and I know depression isn't a compelling thing to see, but I promise it will even itself out by episode 3-ish, 4-ish. Just to maintain some patience.
Yes, maintain some patience.
Well, we've seen Sheng go through depression in the past.
We have. Maybe
not quite like this.
Maybe not quite like this.
Oh, okay.
But it is real, and it has to be acknowledged. But it does. Where there's peaks, where there's valleys, there's peaks. So,
And Sheng and Bet deal with depression quite differently. I mean, we both are going through it, but we just go through it differently.
Yes, that is true.
But that's another.
Yeah, well, it's important to cover that as well.
Yeah.
So you 3 were part of this groundbreaking series that kind of changed viewing for LGBTQ people. And now it's at this point where we have even more diversity. We can tell even more stories. And I wonder if you would just share a little bit about, you know, what it was like in the early days and what it meant to you to when you started to realize that you were changing things for people.
I think in the moment when we were doing the original show, I don't believe we felt we were changing anyone's lives or saving anyone. We were just trying to do our job and tell a good story, and we had, you know, one another to lean on, and we were shooting in Vancouver, so that took us away from our lives. We really relied on one another, and that became such a family unit, I think, from the word go. And you realize the relevance of the show and the importance of it as time goes on, and people still come up and they say what it meant to them and how it helped them, and that's wonderful that it helped them, because I guess that's what entertainment is supposed to do. But it's not something I think we knew in that moment when we were doing it so long ago.
I had always hoped for it. I'd always hoped for it to be helpful to someone, but it exceeded my expectations for sure. And the L Word fans are so extraordinary. You know, when they come up to you and recognize you and your work, invariably people share their stories, and usually they're coming out stories, and it's really an extraordinary experience.
Well, I have to wrap because I guess you have to do a cast photo, but thank you so much for chatting, and thank you for doing this. It's the L Word was meaningful to me in 2004, so I'm excited to be a part of it, especially so kind of intimately. So thank you.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have
Thank
a
you for
fun
being
night.
here.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I'm really
it was fun.
excited. Yeah. Have a fun night.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Enjoy it.
Bye. I will. So it really is a family on this show. Let's take a look at the trailer for the L Word Generation Q.
Listen, I love you both.
Love you.
Ready?
Okay, yeah.
3, 2,
2, 1, go. Oh, it's so gross. Should we do another one?
There's a guy moving in next door.
Hi.
I'm Finley. I don't live here. You know what? I'll come down. Go talk to him.
I don't think I can do that. He seems straight anyway.
Mike, he's gay. I asked.
When I'm elected, I will be the first lesbian mayor of Los Angeles.
She's inspiring. She inspires me every day.
I think we have a real opportunity to make an impact. Yeah, no, we don't do that here. No, get it away. We don't do that.
You know what's gonna happen?
What, Danny?
You're gonna think I'm never gonna propose.
Oh, I already think that.
And one day I'm gonna pull off this elaborate move and it'll all be for you.
So how do you feel about it?
Feels swirly right here in this area.
That's love, bro.
No.
Yeah. We all get scared and then we do things that we shouldn't do because we don't want to move on. Or maybe we just don't know how.
I want you to feel like you're part of this family, because you are.
He's gonna blow any second. Yes, a crack pot.
Oh, God. This is what I thought living in LA was gonna be like.
It's a new beginning.
You. Oh, our good friend. Mwah. Oh.
Hi, we are back on the pink carpet at the L Word Generation Q with Jordan Hall, who plays Angie, or Angelica, as you may remember from the original series. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, it's great to meet you.
Oh, it's good to meet you too.
So I have to ask, what's it like playing Bette Porter's daughter?
Oh my gosh. Wow, it's crazy. There's like so... It's a crazy life if you're the daughter of Bette Porter. So it's very eventful. Yeah.
It is, and I notice Angie gets herself into a little trouble here and there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she's a bit of a troublemaker.
This is your first acting gig?
Yeah.
Wow. What was that like when you got that?
I screamed for so long. I screamed for 10 minutes, and I was really scared, nervous, excited, and overwhelmed, but really grateful. Yeah.
And did you know anything about the L Word or what it meant to people when you took on the role?
Yeah, no, I didn't. When I got the audition, I vaguely knew, the name rung a bell, but
Yeah, then I looked into it. Like it has such like a cult following. It's meant so much to people. So to be able to be a part of that, like my generation, is an honor. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very exciting. And also, you're not only playing Bette Porter's daughter, but you get to work with Jennifer Beals, who is a legend, really.
Yeah.
And can you speak a little bit to working with Jennifer so closely?
Oh, she's like perfect. Like I've never met somebody that's so considerate and thoughtful and wise, but so like she has so much humility, and so any and all of the positive words you can think of, she's really like took me under her wing, and I really look up to her a lot. She's amazing. Yeah.
And I imagine it's like a master class in acting.
Oh yeah, exactly. There's so many scenes where I would ask her like, okay, like what would you really do, or like asking a lot of advice, and she's so patient, so graceful, and doing scenes with her is like my favorite thing in the whole entire world. It's magical. There's nothing like it.
And what can you tell us about Angie's got this best friend, Jordy?
Yes, Jordy.
And what can you tell us about Jordy?
Jordy's amazing. You'll get to see their relationship grow. The big thing with Angie in this season is just working through first loves and stuff like that. So Jordy's someone that I like. Yeah.
Well, great. And how excited are you for people to see this tonight?
I'm so excited. It's so cool, so funny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just excited to see how people will respond. That's all. Yeah.
Great. Well, it's great to have you
great
here.
to meet you.
Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah.
Have a fun night.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah. Keep warm. Okay. And we are here with Freddy Miyares, who plays Jose on Generation Q. Hi, Freddy.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm Tracy.
Pleasure to meet you, Tracy.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I like the ensemble.
Thank you. I did it myself.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
So what can you tell us about Jose?
Jose, he's just recently moved into this apartment complex. He's the property manager. He meets Micah, and the rest is up to you guys to watch. There's a lot to unravel there.
Right, I've seen a little bit about that, and there's some mystery around your character.
There's some romance, and everything in between.
So, what was it like for you to get this role? This is such an iconic show that's coming back, and I wonder, what that was like when you heard you were going to be on this show.
It was such a thrill. My agent, this show was a very important show to her. It was one of the things that helped her identify as lesbian. And when I got the part, it was something. For me, it felt like I could honor her own story, and also my family members and friends alike. This is a very important story to tell. It's a fun series, and it's pushing the boundaries in a very good way.
Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for being a great ally.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Yeah, have fun tonight. Next up, we have Leo Sheng, who plays Micah on Generation Q. Some people may remember Leo from a film he did earlier this year called Adam. Are you good, Leo? Oh, I think we're deciding on maybe a double interview. It's like a big reunion here on the red carpet. I just see a lot of people hugging. Hi. So,
there we go.
Yeah, look at this. I'm Tracy. This is Arienne Mandi, who plays Danny, and Leo Sheng on Generation Q. It's great to meet you both.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah. So I've been asking everyone who's new to the show what they can share about their characters. So I will start with you, Leo.
How much do you love that question?
It's brand new every time.
You can't say anything.
So Micah is an adjunct professor of social work. He lives with Danny and Sophie, played by Ari, and Rosanny. Friendship is very important to him. We see that very early on. They all have a very special connection, I believe, in my heart.
Yeah.
But Micah's storyline, we get to see him kind of figure out what it's like to be vulnerable. Letting people in, being okay with that, being okay with wanting that, falling in love possibly, being open to that, and kind of navigating what it's like to date and be in a relationship.
Right. And tell us a little bit about Danny, please.
Ooh, so Danny lives with her girlfriend and best friend, Micah. We all live in a house together. We're super tight-knit. And Danny's a very powerful and driven and really hardworking PR executive who works with her father. And throughout the course of the season, you see how she kind of navigates through her relationship with her girlfriend Sophie, who she adores, and her family life and her work life, and how they all kind of come together.
Great.
Oh yeah.
How much fun was it, like, because you all live in this house together, and how much fun was it to kind of shoot those scenes where you're all just kind of hanging out and dancing?
Oh, they were so much fun.
Yeah.
We did them for hours,
Yes.
and we would totally get sidetracked in between takes, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh, they would just roll, and we would probably just be chilling.
Dancing.
I mean, the set also was beautiful. The set decorators did an amazing job, so it felt like we were in a home.
Yeah.
You know, it felt like we were really just with each other and having fun, not acting.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being up here with us, and have a great night.
Thanks so much.
Fun
Thank you.
premiere night.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, it's good to meet you.
Thanks.
Take care. Oh. Hi. Next we have. You are going to be surprised by this. We have Erin Daniels, who played Dana Fairbanks on The L Word.
How are you? Hi.
I'm good.
Nice to
I'm
meet
Tracy.
you.
It's
Tracy,
so
hi,
good
Erin,
to
nice
meet
to
you.
meet you
I
too.
love this. It's fabulous.
Thank you. They're my
Your
friends,
off-whites.
My neutrals.
Your neutrals.
My neutrals. This is my
It's great.
friends, Stephanie and Justin's company. It's
Love
called
it.
Co. I know it. It's great.
Well, this is so exciting to see you here. And I'm sure fans are really excited because I think more than anything about the original L Word, people say, why did Dana have to die? Are you still asking that question?
I'm not asking that question
You've
anymore.
moved on.
I've moved on. Some people ask that question still, but it is what it is, and was what it was, and I've moved on to do all kinds of other things, and have a fulfilling life and career. So,
Well, the show, when it was on back in 2004, we've talked about it a lot tonight. It's so groundbreaking, and it was so important. I've heard people that I interviewed here tonight talk about how it helped them come out, and you were a part of that. And can you just talk a little bit about what it meant to you to give that to people, to be a part of something that was so moving?
Oh yeah, well that was the most meaningful part of the entire experience, and the fact that it's coming back. I love that that it's come back is that it is allowing for a whole new audience to experience this kind of thing. You know, as an actor, and I say this all the time, as an actor, it's wonderful to be able to tell stories, and that's a gift, right? But to actually be able to tell stories that have social impact and are socially important and relevant, like there's no gift like that. And I, to this day still have people coming up to me at grocery stores or wherever saying, thank you so much. And it is, I always say it's the gift that keeps on giving. I know that's cheesy, but it's true.
It is true.
It is true.
Well, and thank you for that gift, for your portrayal.
It was my
moving.
pleasure. It was totally my pleasure. And this is so much fun. I'm just so proud of these women, and I'm so happy for them. And, they became some of my best friends all those years ago, and they still are. So we got to stick together.
Great.
And support each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me and for being here. It's so
Of course, it was nice to meet you.
I know, they kept telling me you were coming, and I was like, I don't see her.
I know. Well, we took it. We went the wrong way on the freeway when we left the house. So
Well, that's okay. You're here.
Fashionably late.
You're
Yes.
here now.
Yeah, it's
That's
good.
what
It's good.
matters.
Well, thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you.
Have
you
a
take
great
care.
week. You too.
Bye. Hi, next up we have Brian Michael, who plays Pierce on Generation Q. Very exciting. Hi, Brian.
Hey, how are you?
I'm Tracy. Nice
Tracy.
to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you as well.
Yeah. First, I just have to ask, tell us a little bit about Pierce.
Yeah, so Pierce Williams is the campaign manager for Bev Porter's campaign. He's, a trans man, but he is, much more focused on making sure that the best person for the community is in office, and he believes that that's Bev Porter.
Mm-hmm. And what is it like being Bet Porter's campaign manager? We know Bet has her. She has her peccadillos.
Yes, she does. But I think he feels like, even though she can be raw, that's the kind of passion that you need to make sure that the changes that he feels needs to happen within LA are going to happen. So he really believes in her. So he's willing to take the good, the bad, and the ugly. And they kind of vibe. I think they kind of have the same sort of energy and clarity of vision when it comes to certain things that brings them together.
So you mentioned that he is a trans man, which is something that the L Word is bringing around this time in a really beautiful way. And I wonder if you could just speak to what it means to you to be a part of that.
Oh, it means a lot because, the original show came on at a time when I was going through my own transition, and I didn't see that much representation of my experience, in the media that I was watching. And then when they did introduce a character who was trans, I was excited, but there were some things that I felt were a little more true to the experience that were left out of that version with that characterization. So it means a lot to me to be a part of this show that I feel like is such a legendary show, and that did have an impact on me in a way that I wish I experienced when I was growing up. And I feel like maybe I could be for someone else who might be watching this for the first time, who may be going through something that I was going through,
Right.
during that time.
Right. Well, I think that's going to, I've been talking to people all night who are just like, I came out because of this show. So you definitely will probably have that impact on someone.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That would mean a lot, for sure.
Right. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me, and have a great, fun premiere night. It's exciting.
Thank you very much.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right. Well, so that is it for us at the L Word Generation Q Pink Carpet. Thanks for watching along with us. The L Word Generation Q premieres this Sunday, December 8th, and it's followed by the premiere of Work in Progress, only on Showtime. So be sure to tune in.